This podcast is brought to you by the Deluxe Edition Network. To find more great shows on our network, head over to theden.show.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ragnar here, coming with you from Barrel Age Flicks. I want you guys to listen to this hot take episode. And in the show we have...
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ron. Words are hard.
And also...
Hey, nerds. This is Sammy. Let's do this.
And lastly, we have...
This is Snow. The party's here!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to BAF Hot Take.
Welcome back.
Hi, motherfuckers.
So, we are going to be...
back.
So, we just saw the movie The Northman. I swear to God, I am so excited about talking about this movie. And I'm really shocked at the direction of this movie because of the other movies he's done, which has only been 2 other ones. This is directed by Robert Eggers, who also did The Witch, which we actually did a Sammy Select on.
Yes, we did, Ron.
Yeah, no, that was, I remember I gave it like a negative review, but I actually want to watch it again after watching this and see if I can give more input on it. And also, he did the weird movie, The Lighthouse, which is actually a well-made movie, but it's strange. Very strange.
Both of him, he loves to walk the line of reality with the paranormal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love that about him.
Yeah, so the casting in this movie includes Alexander Skarsgård,
Right out the gate.
Anya Taylor-Joy,
Not him. Don't mess
Bjork,
him up.
Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe,
Well,
Klaus Bang, Katie Dickey, Oscar Novak, and so much more. But hey, I did I say it right? Don't you dare.
No, you did good.
Oh,
You
okay.
did good.
No, I was really impressed. And then you were like, and so much more, just to brush over all of them.
Yeah, because there's a huge cast in this,
Too
but
many
I
to fucking name.
I mean,
yeah, and a lot of them probably I would get punishment shots for pronouncing them.
That's why I was like, oh.
Exactly. I left them out. So Sammy picked the drink that we are going to be trying out today. So Sammy, what are we drinking?
all right, Ron. So what I found was from Silver Hand Meadery. It is their Dream by the Fire mead.
Very appropriate.
I know. And it has
Oh
this
my
really
goodness.
pretty, it's got this pretty fire thing.
Of course, we'll have the picture on
bottle.
our Instagram.
Yes, there is. And that was a bitch of a picture to take because I have tiny little raccoon hands and you have a huge ass phone. So a brief description is a courageous seasonal classic crafted with Virginia wildflower honey, freshly pressed Virginia apples, cinnamon and cloves, and allspice. Ignite your senses on a cold winter eve as you dream by the fire. Pairs well with honey, coat cured turkey, Gouda cheese, dried apples, roasted hazelnuts, dark chocolate, and ginger cookies.
All right.
So it sounds really yummy. Of course, I will be abstaining, but I will be the pouring bitch.
Yeah, no, the one thing that we have to say about this is our second time having mead because we had mead during our 13th Warrior episode back last year. So that should be good right there. So, there we go. All right, guys, you all ready?
Ready.
And ladies,
Yes.
Lady.
Yes. 2 ladies. Very exciting.
cheers.
Cheers.
Gold.
Actually, that's really good.
That is really tasty, actually.
It smelled amazing when I poured it.
I wasn't really a fan of the smell. I thought it had a really, really, very strong.
It actually it smells sweeter than it tastes. Does that make any sense?
Go around 2. Give another swig.
2 thumbs up. This is really
It tastes
good.
the same as it smells.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's really good. Good job.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this, and I can tell that it's wine. Because
No. So this is a mead. And I actually researched it because at Total Wine, this one was located by the honey wine, and then they had mead. And I didn't know the difference. I was confused. Mead, it has to include the fermentation process with like yeast. It must have yeast fermentation for it to be a mead, like a beer, versus a honey wine. So this is an actual mead.
It's really good. It's really good. So I give it 2. So you give it 2?
It's 2, definitely.
Right on. How about what do you think,
What
Snow?
do you think, Snow?
I would give this a 2. And it's one of those things where the smell is very heavy, but the taste is very light. I really, really enjoy this.
Yeah. I'm back
job.
and right out the gate. Do-do-do-do.
And it's got nice light legs. It's really, really, it's good.
Yeah, no, this is great. I'm drinking this in my
And
my
your horn of plenty over there.
Yes.
Your victory horn.
It's a good sipping.
Oh, that's good.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good pick, Sammy.
Welcome back, my
Yes.
friends. Woo! Yay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this movie. Actually, before we do that, let's get a word from our sponsor. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back with our show, and man, I gotta say this. I'm like I said, I'm so excited about talking about this. But of course, I gotta ask Sammy a question that I didn't ask before when we were doing the review. How much?
God,
Did you just mouth fuck Stu's mic?
it touched my lips.
So Sammy is using
Stu's mic.
Using Stu's
Ugh.
mic, so
Yeah.
probably smells like B&O.
It's not the smell. It's the fact that I know his mouth hole is near it.
Oh yeah, he sucked it off. So, anyways.
For our listeners, you have to now pay $2.99 for the additional minute.
All right, so Sammy, actually, I have a question. How much did you pay for the mead that you got here?
So this particular one, there was like some rancid, like real low ball. This would be considered, I'd say, mid shelf. It was about $18.99, like
Oh, that's
to
not
20.
bad.
Yeah, it was like $20 with tax. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I just finished the bottle.
And I mean, obviously, you know, it's a little bit smaller, but like Snow was saying, it's a very wouldn't do a lot. Like definitely have with food.
It needs to be eaten with food.
I'm going to
And I
say
am
this flat out that I want to have that stocked in my fridge.
I was talking.
Yeah, that was rude,
I
Ron.
didn't mean to interrupt, Snow. I'm
do it
sorry.
That was
Fine.
rude.
Well, you're not important.
I have backup now.
Ouch. Oh.
Best bitch. I'm just gonna say
Oh, shit.
the meat is really good with chocolate.
Oh, it
There
is?
you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
Well, there you are. So fancy.
Stop interrupting.
So let's go ahead and get into the movie.
It's fucking phenomenal.
It was a really, really awesome movie.
It's very, well, what?
Smackery.
What happened?
She's trying so hard not to get a punishment shot by like eating chocolate on the mic.
She's.
Oh, just like Stu gave me
giving
shit
away
about,
so
like-
fucking far.
Taking the headset off while I was trying to eat a fucking chip.
Well, you were just like literally lip smacking on the twig.
It wasn't. No, I got a punishment shot not on fucking crunching the chip. It was me making moving the
Opening the fucking bag.
and making
and
like
everybody
bag
and their
noise.
must heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just bad timing because you started talking as I was
consuming food.
yeah.
drinking meat and sucking on chocolate. It's delicious.
So
There you go.
So, what did you think of this movie?
It's beautiful. It was really one of the most like beautiful movies I've seen in a long time.
Beautiful and
Absolutely.
fucking intense.
It was very intense.
Because I remember you telling me,
Yeah.
because we saw this separate. Me and Sammy saw this separate from.
We saw it the week before you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you suggested it, and I
Yeah.
saw the trailer, and I was like, you know what, we got to go see this.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, at the end of the movie, the first thing I said, this movie fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Like I was.
I
in
said I
love
need to
with
see
this
a
movie.
comedy afterwards because it was feeling.
See, no,
real
not to me.
rough.
I could watch this over and over again and not get bored of it at all. That's. I have a top 10 movies of all time, or the top 10 movies where basically it's a movie that I can watch over and over and never get sick of, and this is one of them. I fucking loved it. We'll get that into our pint reviews, but
I thought that the film was absolutely it was phenomenal. There were one or two things that really irritated me, but that's okay. We'll get to that. But no, it was beautifully shot. It was awesome cast, phenomenal story. Again, I like have a good amount of Norse, Scandinavian in my family tree, so I just thought it was really, really amazing. It reminded me of Beowulf, like done right. It was a really, really cool and really, really, really good movie.
didn't you? I remember you telling me something about how Hamlet took from this.
Actually, that was Snow, and I'll kick it over to her 'cause she actually did the research on that.
Oh, okay,
Snow.
go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a lot of when this movie was coming out, everybody was like, "Oh, they're taking this from Shakespeare's Hamlet," and that's wrong because Hamlet was actually taken from Shakespeare. Took it from old folklore about the original story of Amleth. The actual story of Amleth is based on the history of the Danes, which was written back in 1200.
Yeah.
Long time ago, and those were also based on like oral traditional.
So almost
stories
like
that were talked
Odyssey,
about.
Iliad kind of
Yes,
thing.
yeah,
Cool.
those just handed down stories talked about of this person Amleth from the Vikings.
Yeah.
So Hamlet is based on this story
In a
originally.
different type of view, like there's some little differences that they
it's
changed.
the core story where
Yeah.
you have the prince who's the uncle kills the father, and then the son seeks revenge, killing the uncle.
Yes, but
to
so Hamlet is actually based on this story, even though Hamlet is older. This story is based on the original story.
So this isn't based on a true story. This is based on like a poem, just like Beowulf, or
I think
yes and no. There's you have your own interpretations of it, but this is based off of an actual person.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
It was
he
because
was a
in the
real
history
prince.
of the Danes in books 3 and 4, his story is told.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a historical recount of Amleth with Hollywood
Mixed in with
twist.
it. Yeah,
you know.
creative license.
Yeah.
To create more of like a dramatic effect and stuff like that.
But the cool thing about it though is that Robert Eggers, like, he did like a shit ton of fucking research for this. He did set prep in Northern Ireland for it a year before they ever started doing it.
no shit.
Well, they were supposed to film this in Iceland.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of the principal photography of the glaciers and everything was done in Iceland. And then COVID happened. So they had to move all of the photography and all the location shooting to Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Where the
Which is beautiful, by the way.
The studio that they shot on.
And honest to God,
Which
I thought they were
is-
shooting in Iceland. When Snow told me that, I was like, what?
They were supposed to shoot in Iceland, but then they had to move everything to the studios in Ireland, to Belfast Studios in Ireland.
Yeah.
I have to say this, my favorite shot, actually, just with the whole cinematography and everything, is that shot where there were Olga and Hamlet.
Amleth.
Okay, I'm just making sure I get the names right. 'Cause,
Just
you know,
say Skarsgård.
words are hard.
Yes.
The whole thing right there, and you just see the camera zooming out. You just see that whole like mountain background and that waterfall coming down while
Is
they're
it when they're in the
pool.
hot springs?
Yes.
You want to hear something funny?
Go ahead.
They don't have any hot springs in Ireland. That's a jacuzzi they built.
What?
Yeah.
So
that-
underground like dirt jacuzzi?
yeah, they actually like built and brought in a jacuzzi, dug it in dirt, and put it there, and just like heated it up for that scene because
Oh,
they don't.
shit, but it
have
looked
any hot-
realistic,
I know
though.
it did. They don't have hot springs. In
But
Ireland.
what did you think of that scene though? Do you think
Oh,
that was a beautiful looking
it's
scene?
gorgeous.
Like
Everything
I
they
remember
did.
sitting in the theater and watching that scene and being like, oh, I want to fucking be
I
there.
want to go there. I love hot springs. Yeah. The everything they did is so epic and beautiful in this film. It's amazing that what they brought and the fact that it did so poorly in the theater is a damn shame because it's gorgeous and it's really worth the watch.
See, that's the thing. I went to Rotten Tomatoes and I looked at user reviews of this movie, and it did not really get that high of a rating from a lot of people. A lot of
it just
people found it boring,
It
found
didn't
it
get
very.
seen, which is a shame.
Which is very, very strange.
I wonder what the mean age of the demographic who went and saw it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, for our group, our average like age is, about 37 to 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, you're low end, Snow. I'm being nice.
You are. You're lying. It's nice. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm a chick. I know how to roll that shit. I got you, boo. But no, I honestly wonder if you have like a bunch of millennials going in and seeing this who maybe their mean age is like 18.
Yeah.
They're not going to like, you're not going to even keep their attention span that long.
Well, see that, like you said, the tomato meter. Sorry, tomato meter. It got an 89%, but when it came to user audience score, it got a 64,
Well,
which
again-
is lower. And I was just like, what?
you-
Really?
you
This
do
movie
have
is considered a masterpiece to me.
Well, I mean, if you do, you're right, Sammy.
Yeah.
If you have the attention span of a TikToker, you're not going to watch a 2.5 hour
No,
epic.
where
and
it
appreciate
isn't going to be constant bombarding of the senses. Now,
But it
don't-
did move.
Oh,
wasn't
it was
slow.
phenomenal.
It
No,
really
this-
wasn't
this-
It was
slow.
really
it was very
good.
intense. It had some very fucking weird moments. I'm not gonna lie. It's very weird out there.
Okay, we're gonna get into
intense.
Robert Eggers and his weirdness, 'cause there's a lot.
Well,
There's a lot of moments I'm going, what the fuck
Did
were
you guys like
taking when you designed it?
Did you guys like how they separated it into
mushrooms.
chapters and how they did like the whole?
Yes.
I think that's Norse.
that was
It
that,
is,
there,
yeah,
that there was
that's-
perfect.
it was
did
very
that,
cool.
The way he decided to do that shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. In fact, does anybody know all the chapters? And I think there's like 4 or 5 chapters in it. There's like the Northman is the last chapter, but I love the fact that it's in a black screen. It shows that's a Norse language.
Yeah.
Norse language, and then in
Well, isn't it
English
it's
titles.
runes?
It's runes. Yeah,
It's runes.
Yeah.
but it's
They're Nordic runes.
Yes.
So actually, let me go ahead and read out the chapters that are in this movie. So the title cards that are for the movie that are runes are Raven Island, Land of Russ,
Rus.
The Night Blade Feeds, which I thought that's a great title right there, Hellgate, and Saga of Amleth, the Northman. So that's and it's really cool because throughout the movie, those play and it lets you know what's going on. And I thought that was really interesting how they did that.
Well, I thought it was really cool because it, like you said, it broke it into the chapters. It allowed that transition where
It's like a time change, basically.
Exactly, because you see him as a boy, you see him as he witnesses. Oh, by the way, spoilers. Anybody who hasn't seen the Northman on this podcast, obviously, because I don't know if you ever put out a spoiler thing on it. But when Amleth witnesses his uncle, his bastard uncle, kill his dad, and then literally it just says like several years or however,
It's 20 years.
20 years later, and you see the boats coming upstream, and he's now like freaking ridiculous
Jacked as shit in
and
berserker
hot
mode.
AF.
Yeah, of course. Ethan Hawke, though, playing the father, I would have never expected that. And he actually played the role really well for the short role that he had. Yeah. And actually, I have a
For a guy that showed up on a boat, hugged his kid, and then got shanked. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
tripped balls with his kid, then
The
got shanked.
tripping of the balls?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Woo.
with Willem Dafoe? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have a soundbite from the scene because really, when you think about it, this whole scene right here explains the whole movie of what's going to happen. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this on.
Do it.
At every passage, one should turn his eye around. One should spy around. For a foe might be crouched within upon the floor.
I love Willem Dafoe's voice in this.
Yet wise enough to be the fool.
Wise enough to be the fool.
Tell me, how did Odin lose his eye?
To learn the secret magic of women.
Never seek the secrets of women, but heed them always. It is women that know the mysteries of men. The Nordens that spin and weave at their well of fate. Live in honor.
Live in honor.
Safeguard your familiar blood.
Safeguard your familiar blood.
I felt like I was tripping balls watching this.
It was so cool, though.
Should I fall by the enemy's sword, you must avenge me or forever live in shame.
I will, Father. I will. My blade will not rest till it's drunk the blood from his open neck.
Every single time I listen to this, it gives me goosebumps. I fucking love it.
For your fate is set and you cannot escape it. Swear.
I swear.
I'm sorry, but that scene was amazing.
So what's funny is right after that, and they exit the little hut, and
Sweat lodge kind of thing, yeah.
yeah, and Fair. God, how do you pronounce his name?
Fairmore?
Yeah, the
Fjolnir.
uncle's
Fjolnir.
yeah, the uncle's men come out and kill Ethan Hawke's character, the king, and Ethan Hawke is looking up at his brother, and he actually predicts the brother's death right there. And he says it exactly how it happens. He says, "You will go down in flaming vengeance." So he's predicting his son exactly the way he kills him way at the end of the movie, which I thought was kind of cool.
I thought it was also very cool. Oh, sorry, Sammy, go ahead.
Well, also, and same scene when he's talking about, so when you see them in the sweat lodge and you see him take that armband and he dips it in the blood for the whole ceremony,
Yeah.
you hear him say to, again, how do we pronounce it, Ragnar? The brother's name?
Fjolnir.
Thank you. I'm not even going to attempt that
Yes.
because I don't want to drink that nasty purple crap in the corner. So,
I don't think we can get punished for mispronouncing these names.
Maybe.
These are kind of hard names to do.
they're difficult. But he even talks about you'll never ever have that cuff stay on your arm. It's going to slide off of it like a serpent, which is what happens
Which is
when he
exactly
becomes
what
a
fucking
sheep
happened.
farmer and he loses it. And he's like, yeah, because the other guy's like, yeah, he killed his brother for no reason because a bigger badass came and took the property.
Within a year
of
he
him,
loses
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And he becomes a sheep farmer and is basically chased out in shame and has to go to Iceland.
But
Spicy boner!
Oh!
Spicy boner!
That one there is on you, my man.
Oh, it's been so long since.
Oh,
he's here.
Snow's
You
watermelon
forgot.
eyes.
Oh, let me bat them for you.
Oh, shit.
Watermelon
Num,
sugar.
num, num, num.
all right, hold on. Let me say what I was going to say. I
Yeah.
can't fucking. All right, Sammy. Anyways, the whole ordeal with the head being chopped off, how
Yes.
realistic that was, because a lot of movies make it sound
Oh my
like
gosh.
the head can be
It
chopped off in
drives
one
me
slice.
batty.
But you can see he's hacking at his head to get it
Oh,
off, and that's
gosh.
a more realistic way of putting
It
it.
drives
It is.
me absolutely batty. While Ron prepares his lovely watermelon punishment shot. When I see that crap in a movie where it's like you see the, whoa, what happened?
What happened?
Almost dropped my Thor's hammer.
Oh, don't break
Not
Mjolnir?
on the
Mjolnir.
like.
Mjolnir? Yeah, don't break Mjolnir.
Not on this episode. Come on.
Yeah, no, right?
Did I try the apple cider vinegar?
No, you do the watermelon.
You said earlier it doesn't
Watermelon.
affect
Okay.
H2O, watermelon. Sorry.
you. Watermelon sugar.
But no, when Ron and I were rewatching it,
It's so pretty though.
I actually had to give the film more kudos because I watched it with a more critical eye because I'd already seen it once.
Yeah.
And when I saw, like, say his name again.
Fjellner.
Thank you. Going at, I'm going to call the Raven because he's the Raven King.
All right, pause.
Going
Let me
at,
take my shot real quick.
Okay. How's your shame taste?
You twitch a lot.
It's getting worse. I don't know what it is. Like in the beginning, I was able to take it with easy, but that watermelon taste just makes me want to fucking just.
The sun is shining. It's bright outside. It's warm.
And you taste the watermelon.
Lovely.
Hey, that's not yours.
Not yours.
Fuck, man.
You don't
Take your
take
own
other
chaser.
people's drinks. It's like Chase when he stole his water. All right, so while he palate cleanses, no, but I really did think it was great when we were rewatching that scene. When you see that it's not done in like one and done thing. He was able to do it in 3, which that's even really, really good. But you have to keep in mind while that's happening, like the Raven King is still probably semi-coherent, at least initially, before he's fully beheaded.
Well, there's actually I've read something about when you get your head cut off, you're technically still alive
Yeah,
for like 2
you're
or
like
3
a chicken with
seconds.
its head cut off.
Yeah, I mean, your head
I
can be
mean-
rolling on the ground. You can still be looking around, not feeling anything, and then you die. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's the
kind
same
of
as
morbid
like,
to think about it.
No,
but
no,
yeah.
it's like the same as when you rip off the leg of an insect or cut off a chicken's head. It's because the brainstem, the brain, sells oxygen supply.
Yeah.
So it's synaptic misfiring.
Yeah.
For a few minutes, even though it's separate from the body.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense scene. But seeing this, there's another thing I have to bring up in this movie that it
Hey,
also
Ron.
reminded me of.
How's that watermelon?
Fucking hate it. There's another thing that I have to think about this
Nom, nom,
movie.
nom, nom, nom.
This movie also made me think of Conan the Barbarian.
It had a little bit of
Little bit.
Because
I can see that.
Conan lost his family, lost his mother. His mother got her head cut off, and the father got killed. And then Conan gets revenge to the.
That is an
I forgot.
epic raid scene in that movie in the beginning. Oh, it's so good.
It
Oh,
was.
you're talking about in
Conan the
Conan? Oh
Barbarian.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love it with the music and the no. Yeah.
Yeah, but that did any of you guys get like a Conan vibe from this?
Yeah, definitely.
a little bit.
No.
A little bit. Not.
I mean, I got the barbarian or berserker. Like, you get
Yeah.
that vibe.
Well, see, that's the thing. I read reviews online from
Ow.
user reviews, and
Damn
review
still.
says I'd rather watch Conan the Barbarian than this. And then I was thinking about, because when we were in the theater, me and Sam were in the theater, I was saying this is kind of bringing me up to Conan the Barbarian a little bit, just a little bit. But in a way, I almost feel like this has done it even better than Conan. I mean, don't get me wrong. Conan the Barbarian is a classic.
I was going to say, be
Schwarzenegger
careful.
movie.
You're going to like
No, I
isolate
love
over
that
half
movie.
of your like followers. They'll be like,
That's actually one I'm teasing. I'm planning on doing next year. That's going to be one of my big picks. Is
No,
Conan,
Conan
the
is
Barbarian.
awesome.
Because I fucking love that movie. But the fact is that
It is
there
fun.
are similar. Would you say Conan's not close to Hamlet? But I mean, a lot of movies have followed that, that formula, just like The Lion King.
Well, no. Okay, so The
Yeah,
Lion King
I mean-
was Hamlet. Again, The Lion King was Hamlet, which is funny because as Ron and I were watching it, and I saw the beginning, and I go, Mufasa. Because that was the first thing that came in my head was The Lion King and Hamlet.
Yeah.
And then when I found that out, I was like, makes sense. But I think it's more almost like, what reminds me more of it is almost like, in Greek mythology, it would have been like the stories of the demigods, where you had Odysseus and Hercules and these Pericles and these Basicles.
These basicallys that have the clees in the end of their name.
Basically,
That would have been Lenny back then. The
Sammy,
basic
I missed
bitch.
you so much.
Basic-
And your Sammyisms, basically.
No, but I think it's more that a child born from tragedy growing into this man, this form of physical vengeance, and then the satisfaction of seeing it through.
Yeah.
Well, what's really kind of interesting is when he's rowing away and he's just doing his chant. Did you pull his chant by chance?
I will avenge you, father! I will save you, mother! I will kill you, Fiona! I will avenge you, father! I will save you, mother! I will kill you, Fiona! I will avenge you, father! I will save you, mother! I will kill you, Fiona!
So what's really interesting about this is he goes through this and he's like chanting and chanting and chanting. It's like you're like, okay, so he's just gonna go through life, like, and they even made it in the previews, like he's gonna go through life saying this phrase, and it's just gonna be fueling him and fueling him. And then they cut to him and as an adult in this rowboat, and he's a berserker. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But then at the end of that berserker rage battle, which was really really cool and sad because at the end they burned babies in a hut.
But I'm not gonna lie, the fucking scene just at the fire before they do it,
Yeah.
when they're that just got my testosterone.
Is your mouth hanging with a seizure?
I'm trying to remember. Testosterone.
Testosterone.
Okay.
Testosterone.
Words are hard.
There it is.
Your man hormone.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but no, that scene right there just got me like, oh my God, I fucking loved it.
So badass. Like
Yeah.
he ripped a guy's throat out with his teeth at the
That
end
was
of
awesome.
it. Yeah, that was a really bad. There was some amazing brutal fight scenes in this movie.
And that was a single shot too. That was one single shot when
you
he was
follow him
Yeah.
through the swamp and up the wall and
Which
over
I give
through the
talent to
village.
any director that can film a scene like that, because
Yeah.
they did that in Goodfellas, they did that at Birdman, they did that in so many scenes where it's just one continuous shot,
Yeah.
and so much has to be done to make that shot work, and it worked fucking great. I loved it.
The
and
good
he
thing-
looked so intense.
Like you can see when other directors, like in that scene, if it was shot by somebody else, right, it would be done up in like 2 or 3 different cuts.
Yeah.
you know, there's little nuances that you can see though.
Yeah.
that it shows it's done in. It's not one continuous shot.
Yeah.
You know, and to have everybody lined up just right at the right spot.
It was choreographed perfectly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, it all leads up. There's this big epic battle of them raiding this village to the brutality that it ends with them getting rid of all the weak ones in this terrible, terrible way. And then it leads into Skarsgård walking into this hut with Bjork as the witch. And she is basically there, and then she starts talking to him, and she reminds him about his vow. So then you realize he's been doing all this, but then he basically, like, he got so lost in the berserker rage.
Yeah.
He forgot his vow, and she reminds him of it. But she hands him this tear. And then in the tear, he was given in the sweat hut.
Yes, back when Willem Dafoe, who was the jester that,
Yes.
what's the uncle's name?
Fjodor.
Got so mad about when
Ragnar, that's your line for this show.
No, when, but
You do
that's
pronunciation.
the funny thing though, is the jester was also the witch. If nobody realized
Yes.
that was Willem Dafoe as the jester, as the
He's
witch.
not necessarily a witch.
Well, no, that's-
Shaman, you said?
Shaman.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. Spiritual
Advisor.
He was the
witch doctor,
Yeah,
whatever
he
you
was the
wanna
War
call it.
Raven.
He was his
advisor.
his friend, his advisor,
Yes.
Yes.
but also like does the rite of passage and everything else. But again, there's that weird spirituality fluidity where then you see like that same spiritual paranormal element show up as Bjork with the same tear
Yeah.
Yes.
that he took when
He was a
the
boy.
Raven King showed young
Amleth.
thank you, his war wound before he dies. But I also just wanted to just touch on that experience of the Sweat Lodge, because that is something very, very prominent. We actually, if you've seen the film Midsommar,
I've heard of this movie.
yes,
It's supposed to be wacky.
Yeah, and again,
it's
it
crazy.
is surreal.
It's
It
fucking
is-
crazy.
It's one of those ones you have to watch it multiple times, and it just gets more and more.
What is it? What is it? What type of genre it is?
It's Scandinavian.
No. But there was another type of genre of horror film.
I don't know. Some people are calling it like meta, but I don't know. It's a horror movie, but it's set in Scandinavia in like this Sweat Lodge thing where you have like witchcraft and all of that. And again, everyone knows like the Norse were like pagans, and that was literally part of their day-to-day life. One of the things that I think needs to be commented on in that, when Willem Dafoe not only points out that the uncle is literally borking the queen when
No, that
she's
gets-
borking him, excuse me.
Yeah, she gets wet. Her fluids flow for other men. is what he says. Yeah,
and he's
Yeah.
pointing out that she's being a whore.
Yeah.
Whores.
There it is.
I'm on a show where I'm a sound clip. That's amazing. I can just do it natural and organic. Whores. There you go. But no, he points it out, and Uncle,
Fiona.
thank you, gets so pissed gets so pissed because it's like showing his hand.
He's getting
Yeah.
outed.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
goes off on him.
He
and you
goes-
don't realize it at first until
Yeah.
the end when you're like,
You're like,
oh, they were
that's
screwing
why.
the whole time.
Exactly. Borkin the brother.
Yeah.
But I love that how the supernatural, like it evolves and everything and the predictions and all of
lot
that.
of them.
And and again, it's this cylindrical, even like the chant, there's 3 parts to it. So you have the part where he's saying, I will
avenge you, Father. I will
save you, Mother.
I will kill you.
Fjellner.
and again, here you have, as a child, he goes through this huge ceremony where he becomes a man, where he's going to become king, and he has everything predicted. And then again, 20 years later, when he's forgotten it, he's a berserker and a badass. Yeah. And again, it's this.
I love how he's hulking his soul, like
well,
he's like his shoulders is like the way that he's like
you've got
hunching over.
literally you have the wolf skin, and they even say these are not humans; these are animals in man's skin.
They're wolves in man's
skin, and they have to learn how to become men because they're just beasts. And then you see them berserk, and you're like, "Holy crap!" My favorite scene with the foxes, which we will get to there, but again, you have this Bjork character, the second witch or shaman, holy person, again predicting Asmith's like future and where to find the blade he needs to make it happen. And then the third is
She doesn't do that.
No. She gives him the tear to remind him of the oath.
Yes.
And then he becomes a slave, cuts his hair, gets on with the slaves to get shipped to Iceland because this ridiculous
Yeah,
uncle
you're
lost her
fast-tracking.
stuff. I know. But I wanted to bring it to
Yeah.
the third one where he again sees another witch.
Yes.
To get the weapon to do this. So again, like the supernatural in this film, it's so all enveloping and inclusive. And I don't want to go too much further because I know we're going to break it down, but I just wanted to kind of jump on before we went too far away from the Sweat Lodge thing.
Let's go ahead and play that clip with the witch.
Prowling shadow, slayer of my people. Hide. Even though your brother stole my eyes, I see you.
I am no one's brother.
It is not enough to be the man that never cries, Prince, unless the prince that turned from his fate, a beast that cares for naught, a beast that wrings tears from the eyes of man. Now remember, for whom you shed your last teardrop. Remember the oath to right the wrong. Remember the Raven King. Remember. It contains the salty ocean you must sail upon to the edge of the world.
It feeds the freezing river of hate that runs in my veins.
It will take you to an island in the north where there will spring a burning lake bursting from a black mountain's peak.
There, I will drown my father's killer.
Follow the vixen's tail to the dwelling of the Ancient One to seek the fated sword that matches your brutal rage.
I speak you my fortune, witch.
For where your path of ashes ends, another will begin her journey. A maiden king.
Release me.
You cannot escape what fate the norms have spun. Now be gone!
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's her only role in the whole movie. But
It
the
is,
fact
yes.
is, I guess she has a Norse background, I believe.
Yeah.
She's
Scandinavian.
she's
She is?
Scandinavian.
Okay, so yeah, and I thought it was really cool how they brought her in there because I think she's been in other movies in the past in like the '90s and stuff like that. She's I think a pop singer.
Yeah.
And I've heard some of her music. It's actually not that bad, but I thought that was really cool how they did that. I remember Sammy also saying that it kind of reminded her of the witch in Sleepy Hollow.
It did. Like honestly, there were definitely scenes that reminded me of Sleepy Hollow when like Ichabod Crane is warmed by by the blind witch in the woods, and even to the how they did the like Tree of Life in this, where it's like blood pumping throughout. It reminded me of the Tree of the Dead, and you see that very beautifully when the Raven King is like having Asmith like touch his wound.
Yeah. I'm going to say this
That was
flat
like
out.
gory, beautiful.
It was. I like macabre.
yeah.
I love macabre beautiful,
The
though.
cool thing about that though was when you see Amleth touch his father's wound, right? It opens up, okay, and it shows what they call the king tree,
Right.
right?
It's like a family tree, right?
No, what it is, it's Yggdrasil,
Okay.
which is the tree of life, the earth tree,
Okay.
all right, and that is
Well,
what.
isn't Yggdrasil a different thing? Because this was the Tree of Kings, and Yggdrasil is actually like the center of the universe.
It is. No, it is. No, but what I mean by that is this is he's calling it the king tree.
Right.
Right? But they're referencing is what I meant to say.
Yeah, he dreams of Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're two different things.
I guess you could call it that.
Yeah.
But I know they're referencing Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
this.
they do. They reference it a lot. They do. There's so much beautiful Norse mythology in this movie.
Yeah.
And they reference for people who aren't aware, Yggdrasil is basically like their Big Bang. The Viking and Old Norse, like the center of their universe, and from Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life, and from that. Odin created their 9 realms, their 9 worlds,
Right.
and they have and the ultimate, and it's like the bridge to get to Valhalla, and they have Asgard and Midgard, which is Earth, and they have Vanaheim.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes.
I have a question. The Valhalla.
Yes.
That's Valhalla, right?
Yes.
Heaven.
So it's another name for Valhalla?
Yes.
It's just a different way.
It's
a different way of saying it.
Okay, see, because that I questioned when I was watching the movie. Kept saying Valhalla. Is that Valhalla? I mean,
It is. It's just the pronunciation.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
it's
Emphasis on.
all right, get back to it.
Yeah.
I was curious. So
Yeah. And then there's just all of the realms that they have, and also hell,
Right.
which is also another realm in there. But each branch leads to another world, and they're all connected from what is essentially the Rainbow Bridge, which is.
Thor.
But you know what? You don't know how accurate they are in that movie. It's super, super like cinema. You know,
Yeah.
it's Disney.
It's
it's Marvel.
It's eye candy. It's eye candy.
It is
Yeah.
definitely eye candy. It is. It's eye candy,
Makes you
and
happy.
they went Rainbow Bridge,
Literally.
But that's what it's called. It's called the Rainbow Bridge, which is what connects all the realms.
Well, and it's interesting.
And it's called Bifrost is what it's called.
Yeah, the Bifrost. Yes.
Yes, that is the actual name of the Rainbow Bridge that connects. How do you get from realm to realm?
Oh, I'm learning about this. Like I said, this is cool to learn a
the
little bit.
Bifrost is how you get across the unpassable ocean.
Yeah.
Well, and if
is
you
the universe.
and if you think about it, when you break down what a rainbow bridge is, it's light. Light is refracted into a rainbow through a prism.
Yeah.
And light speed would make sense if you're literally going across to different realms or galaxies or whatever. And light can jump across an ocean. It can jump across anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Well, and then the Raven King, Ethan Hawke's character, he clearly in the sweat shack, he worshipped Odin. They were a community that worshipped Odin, and so throughout Skarsgård's life, even on a small scale, he worshipped Odin, and you'll see that in his tributes. Later on, we can discuss those.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, his tributes to Odin.
Speaking of macabre.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yes, yeah. He tributed his kills to Odin and to his father, which was super fun and gross. But yeah,
No, that's the thing. That's the cutting the head off a horse. I mean,
Oh no, that was
No, that's different.
Can you explain that, Ragnar? Because what is that?
that was
All right.
the brothers' way to pay tribute.
Yeah. So
that was
there's
that was the funeral.
yeah. So during funerals, you have and really what they were they're sending them off to the afterlife
Yeah.
in hopes that they will be accepted into Valhalla.
Right.
All right. So you have normally, so they're not really near the ocean. They were, I take that back. But in this particular portion, they weren't on the water. They didn't go to the water.
They were shepherds. They were in the middle of. It was
Yeah.
taking too long to get there.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
I was.
About to whoop your ass.
No, I was reinstating it. I was,
Yeah, so what they do is the fallen, they will have a ship for them.
Yeah.
Right. And they will have a sacrifice that'll go along with them into the afterlife. And this particular version, they have also the horse that they rode.
And the woman.
Yeah, and the woman. But he was asking why the horse.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was always curious how that, because there was like many horses killed in this, like where they had their head cut off. And that's why I was wondering what kind of ritual that was, because it was during a funeral. Because I remember at the end of the movie when
Fjolnir.
there you go. I don't say it right either, and everything else. But the fact is, when Skarsgård went to the volcano area, that area, he saw Nicole Kidman's character, his wife, and the son laying right next to a horse with the head cut off. So I was like, I didn't know that was a ritual back then like that. So
Yeah, it's so that they can ride off.
Okay, so it's like
in a Valkyrie.
No.
So
Okay,
That's totally different.
it reminds me.
like I said, I'm learning.
If you could tell me if I'm wrong, but it reminds me almost of when they would put the coins for the boatman.
Similar.
Yeah, okay, you're going to need this to go to cross the river Styx.
Yeah.
You're going to need a horse to get to wherever realm that is. But I also wondered if
Fjolnir.
thank you, worshipped a god that also worshipped horses, because, as Snow alluded to, when the son, not the young one that like almost got killed during the game, but when his friends got chopped up, they were put into the shape of a horse.
No. That's not what that was for.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay.
That was something that Amleth did.
Okay.
And that was an ode to Odin, because
Okay.
he arranged the bodies into
Which was
Odin's horse Sleipnir.
Oh, okay.
That was Odin's 8-legged horse.
Oh, okay. It only had 4 on the picture.
Did we talk about this on the mask?
There was 8 legs on the horse.
There was?
Yeah, about the horse.
back and look.
Yes,
the
he
8-legged
did.
horse.
Yeah,
we talked
it-
about that in the
yes.
mask.
Yes.
you
About
did.
Loki.
Loki.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because
Oh,
he
that's
went
right, yeah.
down, banged some horse, made it for his father.
Yeah. This is the same horse. So Odin's horse was called Sleipnir, and he had 8 legs, and the 8 legs was to help convey souls of the dead to across the 9 realms.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And he actually made the bodies into a tribute
Horse.
of the 8. If you look at it, it was 8 legs.
That's crazy.
Director really did a lot of research.
Oh,
for
no,
this
It
movie.
was beautiful. It
He
was
legit,
really,
like-
really.
It's
cool.
teaching me shit that I don't know, and I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are here to
Which is
teach
cool.
me this.
Like, each of the actors, they did their own fucking research.
Yeah.
You know, and Skarsgård did his own for when they first went into battle.
Yeah.
For the when they were
The Berserker.
When
You talking about the raid of the village?
yeah, when they went into animalistic mode.
Yeah.
For it, because it's an actual true thing, and I think I told you this like a week or two ago about, like, you have different versions of Norse people as like warrior forms, and you have like your normal warrior, and then you have your berserkers, right, who are normally, they take the hides and characteristics of a bear, right, and then the other one
Man, bear, pig.
is they take the characteristics and they believe that they're taking the shape of a wolf,
Right.
and I can't pronounce. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it because I'm gonna fuck
Well, because
that
they
one
say
up.
that they're the sons of Farah, the wolf that
Fenrir.
Thank
Fenrir.
you. Yep.
Yeah,
Again, from
Fenrir
Loki
is-
Boffin, an animal.
Fenrir is a giant fucking wolf in Norse religion,
Mm-hmm.
and
Would that be the same wolf that's in Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
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 Yeah,
That's the one
they're-
that,
Same one.
that
Like I
Helena
said-
brings back with her.
Yeah.
They use a lot of real Norse
Yeah.
mythology in Thor.
See, I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's just
See, I thought it was
really
all
pretty.
comic book lore. I didn't realize it was
No,
actually
It's all based in real truth.
In Norse
They-
mythology.
They,
Yeah.
they did a really good job. They just sauced it up a lot.
Yeah, well, that's
That was a
Disney.
badass looking wolf in that movie
Yeah, it
too.
was.
yeah,
Thor Ragnarok was fun. That was a fun movie.
It really was. I thought it was really terrible. It was a
enjoyed
lot
that
of
one.
fun movie.
That's actually probably my favorite of the Thor films. I know that's off subject, but that one is just fun to watch and funny too. I'm real worried about the new one, but I'm excited and worried at the same time. So
that shouldn't be that bad.
We'll see what
hopefully,
happens.
Love and Thunder.
July.
But go ahead. Ron.
But yeah, you were saying, so there was
So what they did was the ritual that you see around the fire actually is what goes on, is what they would do, and you would have more or less a shaman,
spiritual person.
and he would basically do his chant around the fire
Like the tubal,
Yeah.
the tubal throat singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and put them in an animalistic trance,
yeah.
so that they were fearless, and you see them change, and it was done. So they practiced it once to the beginning of it, the dance, right around the fire, and everything after that was all off the cuff.
Oh shit.
So it was basically, however you feel this should go, fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was, yeah. And then the whole thing was off the fucking cuff. So it was really, however you feel to bring this animal side out, fucking do it. Go with it.
As you said the other night, let your freak flag fly.
Let your freak flag fly.
Which you see with Skarsgård because his eyes like roll back in his head.
Yeah.
Right before he starts howling.
Yeah.
He has been wanting to portray a real Viking movie. He played Eric Northman, the Viking vampire king, on True Blood for 8 years. But he has been wanting to do like a real Viking movie for a long time.
He actually is the one that proposed it to Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
He did a good job. He did a great job
he
in
didn't
the role.
propose the actual movie, but he
You want to talk about the name?
Oh, this was so funny. So he he never ever told Eggers that he was Eric Northman at any point during the filming. And Robert Eggers has never watched a single episode of True Blood. So everybody, when they were like heard about this movie, and they're like, "Oh my God, is this like his backstory?
It's Eric's origins."
It's Eric Northman's. Yeah, they really thought that this was like the True Blood
backstory of a vampire.
They thought it was his origin story before he got killed.
They thought that they were going to freaking Game of Thrones it.
They were like fanboying the shit out of this for True Blood fans.
I'm gonna say this flat out. Sammy and I.
That's fantastic.
Sammy and
So
I got into True Blood. I'm
such a diehard.
Quit
True
the
Blood
sub.
fan.
I quit the episode. I think after the third season, but Sammy was
Shame
watching
on
it.
you.
Oh man, I wasn't into it. Sammy was watching it. I remember when Skarsgård's character came on. Eric came on.
yeah.
You about almost
Girl boner hard.
Yeah.
Both of you do.
Yeah.
You don't even know. Yeah. So yeah. So and
So
he
good.
didn't even find out until well after the film was like done that the director didn't even know that he had played a character called Eric Northman, and so the fact that the movie is named Northman had nothing to do with it. It's
That's
just kind of
funny.
funny.
So I'm sure
I
a lot
love
of people, a lot of
big
True Blood fans. Oh wow, we get to see his background.
Yeah,
Wait, what the
nothing
fuck is
to do
this?
with it. Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Actually, even if it was, still okay with it.
I mean,
totally
he
fine with it.
looks the part for reals.
No, he did a
Totally
great
good.
job. I was very
Yeah.
impressed. Like I said, this
Looks great.
And I'm going to say this movie was very like I'm not trying to be sexist, but a very manly movie.
No,
I'm
it
not gonna
wasn't.
lie.
No, it
Yes,
wasn't.
it was.
No,
Yes,
it wasn't.
Would you
No,
agree
it
with
wasn't.
me? Come on.
No.
How
'cause-
wasn't it?
How? Okay. I don't believe that it was strictly a man movie because
No, he didn't say
they-
it was strictly. He said it was a
No.
manly movie.
no, he said man movie.
I said manly
He said
movie.
manly.
That is not what you said when we left the theater.
Okay,
when we
but we're
watched
talking
it.
about what we're talking about this podcast. Should I call a vote?
For what?
You're just trying to like
Because you
put
added
pain on
ly
it.
to a word? Yeah, let's call a vote.
I'm
for
not
you
calling a vote.
adding adverbs.
I'm feeling everybody's going to go against me. And I'm going to
No.
Fuck
Okay,
that.
no,
Nope.
it is a manly
Yeah.
movie, yes, but I also think it's a very strong female movie.
I don't agree.
Really? You have the white-haired chick who, when the freaking...
She's just a piece of ass.
She is the freaking vessel for a warrior, like, queen, and that's literally who she has when you see the tree. And you see the daughter get the
Yeah,
crown,
yeah,
not the son. And even when they go through all the different things.
Okay, so guys, it was really fun when she like bitch slapped the shit out of that dude with her period blood.
Right?
Like,
Right? That's a hardcore
like,
chick.
like you're not raping me.
Fuck you,
fucking
blood.
shit.
Wham. Well, I'm sorry, what sound does it make?
Splat.
And you're going to tell me that's not, and not to mention, she was the like alpha chick to match
I will say this.
Northman's alpha-ness.
I will say this, and I think I kept saying it to Sammy. He's like, this fucking woman's hot. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, great.
She
I
is.
mean, you can have it because he's fucking hot as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
no,
is
I
hot.
mean-
And the thing is, she was in the Witch.
She was. She played Tomlin, and she was only 14 when she played Tomlin in The Witch.
Well, I think
and did
that-
phenomenal.
I think that was released in 2014, 2012.
I don't
or
know. You have
15.
to IMDb that shit.
The fact is, she's in her 20s right now, but she was very.
Which was super creepy because I'm like, she looks like a child. I look like she's like 26. He's like, that's still legal. I'm like, ah, you're so gross.
Well, this movie here was so Mad Max Fury Road, right?
Yeah.
Who did Charlize Theron play?
Furiosa.
Furiosa. You're talking about the brides?
No, I was asking who she played.
Furiosa.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
She is actually playing Furiosa in a new series.
Oh, she's the one?
Yeah.
She's playing the younger Furiosa, the prequel series.
Her
on
backstory, that's who she's playing.
Oh, Tomlin is going to be young Furiosa?
I'm actually
Yeah.
not.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
I'm actually
It'll work.
okay with that.
Yeah.
That actually will work.
I think that'll be badass.
It will.
Because when you think about Mad Max Fury Road, which we had an episode which Sammy did a great job in back in our summer series.
Thank you. I know.
The fact is that
Yes.
Mad Max Fury Road was more of a Furiosa movie than a Mad Max
Yeah.
movie. A lot of people would agree to that. But the fact is that she was such a popular character that they want to make a story about her, and her being casted, I'm actually not bad with that.
Yeah.
That actually works
I think
out.
it'll work out really well.
Yeah, because I loved her in this movie. She was very on her own. She was very she wasn't
She was freaking a badass. Even when they're raiding and they're berserkering, and she's like, they're trying to weed out the herd, basically.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
when
man,
she-
she freaking came out with like the food and is like, no, don't. And like she's like, sha and shanks a bitch. Like she is badass.
Yeah.
So no, I'm sorry. Like I'm always going to step up when there is a badass chick character that needs that She needs her props.
Yeah.
So
I do think that this is like a very strong guy movie, but it does have a very strong female character. It has two strong female characters. Well,
No.
it has
Who's
a
the
strong
second one?
No, I was going to say that like Nicole Kidman is in it, but she's just a bitch.
she's. Well,
I'm
you
not
know
gonna
what she
lie.
reminded me of? You know who she reminded me of? Cersei.
First of all, I'm going to say this. I'm going to bring this up. I wasn't
Only
make
one of
out
her-
with her
but
fucking
no.
son.
I wasn't expecting that.
Not really, because Cersei will defend all of her kids.
See,
This bitch.
was gonna fuck her kid.
okay.
No. Well,
so did
she wanted
Cersei.
to kill one of her kids.
Yeah.
Cersei
Yeah, okay,
wouldn't
but
kill any of her
Nicole
kids.
she would fuck
Kidman,
him.
Nicole
Cersei
Kidman's
would
character.
fuck anybody who she
when
was related to.
when they were inside
Porn!
the tent, when
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman's character and he was in the tent with her and everything else,
Oh, in the
he was
flip?
getting
That was
and he
some
was getting
weird
closer
shit.
to him. I was like, oh, he's just gonna give this son a hug and just be like really close. And then she just kisses. I was like, what the fuck did my what?
Did you vomit in your mouth a little bit?
I wasn't expecting that. That was the only little shock to me, like what the fuck? You know, the what
Again,
the fuck moment in the movie.
And then her raging like raccoon of a child comes
Oh
out
my
and
gosh,
just starts
Chucky.
stabbing the shit of yeah.
Holy shit, that kid.
was freaking on
Well,
something.
that
tripping on
damaged him.
Well, you
shrooms.
know, I think why he came out like that is so you wouldn't feel that bad for him when he gets killed.
Oh, dude, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad when that little bastard was about to get his head knocked off by that big monster dude.
What? By the way, what game is that?
It was like Viking lacrosse.
Yeah,
What?
or
The
like
game that they
Viking
were playing. Yeah, it
rugby.
looked like a football
There's
game
a
with a
name
ball.
for it,
It is-
actually.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like fucking lacrosse almost.
Well, see, I thought it was like rugby or something like that.
Or rugby.
It's rugby, lacrosse. It's their form of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I love how the fucking Alexander Skarsgård just like bashes the guy's head in with his fucking head. I
He's
thought
a
that was
freaking berserker.
Yeah, I
He's like,
fucking
oh, I don't have
loved
any.
it.
I don't have a weapon
Well,
on
in the
hand.
beginning, he didn't know the rules,
No.
so he's kind of like okay, learning the rules of the game, and he's like, okay, this is how we're gonna play. Gotcha,
Well, not to
bitch.
mention, could
And
you
then the
imagine?
fucking little kid gets so fucking pissed because he's not scoring.
But
Yeah.
you know what? You
You're
gotta
making our
give the
team
kid
He was
credit.
an Uber fan.
He's like,
You have
"You're
to give the
making
kid
our
credit,
team
though.
lose."
He wasn't like a little
His
loser. He was
honor.
jumping out there in the field and being a part of it.
No,
Even
he
though-
goes,
Too, and he's
"Shit."
like, did we win? Like, yeah.
No, that kid. I'm sorry. That kid was freaking annoying.
I didn't think so. I
Yes,
thought it wasn't.
no. I wanted to punt him in the face.
I give
I
him
didn't
credit
like
for
him. He
jumping
was
out in the field
annoying.
like that
I
with
didn't
those
like him
big
either.
men, knowing that
Why?
he
That's
didn't care.
freaking stupid.
It was, but he's still. You know what? He was still brave.
Really?
No, he was
that's
a
stupid.
fucking idiot.
That's stupidity. That's
I
adrenaline from
disagree.
stupidity.
Come on, Ragnar. What do you agree?
It's freaking stupid.
I'll give both parties props.
How do you pronounce the uncle's name?
Fjellner.
There you go.
No, look, he was brave for doing it, but he was also fucking stupid in the fact that if you think you're gonna be able to fucking get away from a
tank.
a 300 something fucking pound 6 something guy,
Yeah.
No.
it's
That
not
guy
gonna
was
fucking
gonna
happen.
knock his head
and that's
off,
the thing.
no
that
fair.
motherfucker didn't care.
No,
he was
no.
like,
he didn't give a shit
He
either.
was a slave. Like, okay, I'm killing everybody on this
Yeah.
field. I
Yeah.
don't
He was like,
care.
I don't
Well,
care that
all
he
he
was
did
like
was
a
like
mad
push the
dog.
kid. He just pushed him. That's
Well,
all
I
he
mean,
did.
that's
the
like getting
kid-
hit by a train.
No, the kid fell.
The kid fell and landed on the ball, which was made of stone.
Oh,
and it knocked
okay.
His head.
See, I didn't see
and
that
then
part.
the guy was going to use the mallet and it was going to slam the ball into his head.
No, I
And
saw
make
that
what
part. I
sound?
was like,
Yeah.
that's going to kill the kid right
Like,
there.
what kind of sound? Splat. That would have
Yes,
made the
that
sound
one.
in
Yeah.
his brains.
Yeah.
We also have to talk about the scene where he gets his sword,
Okay.
which
well,
I thought was. Oh,
so
go ahead.
I want to talk about how he finds out about the sword with that sorcerer who has the head of Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please talk about that.
You like this?
And I do have
this is a fucking very, very good story.
And I do have a clip of the whole ordeal with basically how he says that he has a choice of what he has to do with the whole. I'll play that after you do that.
Okay, so the sorcerer is.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
So typically, if you know the backstory, you'll understand this portion right here.
Okay.
Is that so? Seers, right, are what Bjork was, okay? And they are typically female. So you had Willem Dafoe's character, who was a jester, right?
Yes,
and
but
also
he was an advisor.
Advisor, and he was a mystical man.
Yeah.
All right?
Crazy mystical man from what I saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this individual, which Snow is about to discuss.
Yeah, he was a sorcerer.
He was the same thing, right? If you were a male in that role, you were basically cast out.
Which is why he's
the
like,
outs.
And
he's
living
like,
in a cave.
Yeah, that's why he had to be under, like, in his own thing.
You were not. You were not part of the village. You were not part of the.
Well, he was on Skarsgård's side of the whole ordeal from the looks of it because he kind of helped him, gave him the rope to go down into the cave.
Well, again,
Yes.
and it's that perfect threesome of it. And I honestly wonder, and I may be off guard, but with the supernatural, it's not like supernatural spirits or advisors necessarily have gender roles. So I honestly wondered if it was like that being jumping between the three.
No, but
Or do you think it was independent?
it was because in that society, it was only the females.
Only the females.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
if you were a male, you were, and if that was your job, if that's what you were,
Yeah.
you were cast out,
Because you're in a bitch position, basically.
more or less.
Okay.
So
Sorry to interrupt.
that's okay. So the sorcerer, and the way he finds the sorcerer is, Sammy touched on this a little bit.
I was so worried about your octopus.
I dropped my octopus. Sorry. So when Amleth is acting as a slave in the shepherd's village that belongs to
Fjellner.
That's your role in this fucking
That
show.
might become another T-shirt I make.
so fun. He one night when he is out doing his thing, he comes across these blue foxes.
Yes, it made me so happy. They're so freaking cute.
And he notices that they're just kind of like looking towards him. They're not acting aggressive or anything. And he starts following one of them up into this cave, and it leads him to this cave. And inside this cave, he hears the chanting, and there's a fire. And at this fire is this sorcerer. When next to him is this decapitated head, and
Which is covered at the time.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And the sorcerer is the one who actually talks to him and tells him, I've got this old friend of yours, and he unveils it, and it's Willem Dafoe. Yeah, it's Willem Dafoe.
All rotted up and corpse. Although the fucking skull looked fucking awesome.
It did, and he's got no eyes and he's got no tongue, and he tells him, "Hey, your uncle did all this to him because he was loyal to your father," and then you just kind of hear, all this. And then you hear Willem Dafoe's voice come over, and he starts telling him, this is how you're going to do it. This is how you find the sword. This is how, and he tells him how to get to the place to find the sword that's going to allow him to exact his revenge.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing is how they get back to like old, like real Norse mythology. So Odin had a mentor, Mimir, and Mimir was an advisor to Odin. And when Odin was a student for him, and Mimir was murdered by Odin's rival gods. And after that, Odin pickled his head, his decapitated head, and kept it with him, sprinkled it with some magic so it would be reanimated so he could continue to advise him. And that's kind of what was reminiscent of it by him keeping the decapitated head.
But it went with more of a realistic view on this one because it was more of in his head instead of him. Because I'm not going to lie. And I even said it in the theater, I was like, as the camera was focusing on the head, I was expecting the eyes to open and all of a sudden start talking.
But you kind of feel like it does, though.
Yeah.
Because you see the guy like seizuring behind it.
Like you see it, you hear the voice, and it almost feels like it is moving.
Yeah.
But that goes back to like the whole tale of Odin's advisor and him reanimating that and keeping it with him. It was the same thing.
That's really badass.
Right.
That's fucking badass.
To jump onto the blue fox fun because they were flipping adorable. I love them. They made me so happy. But actually, funnily enough, the fact that, like you said, like when the foxes saw Skarsgård, they knew, because if you actually see the first time when they're like, you daggone bitch, get out of our chicken hut, basically, because you see the vixen killing the chicken, you actually see a raven land when that's going down, which the ravens obviously were his dad. And then in Bjork's, I can't remember, the witch's thing, she says, follow the vixen's tail. And that's when you see him following the blue fox, and then he meets with the witch.
Yeah.
Or the male witch with the head.
Sorcerer.
Yes. Exactly. So again, it's super, super great. And when we get to favorite scenes, I'll come back to the blue foxes because.
Well, let's go ahead and play that clip from the shaman.
The gates of hell. There will my sword be just. I will enjoy feeding Draugr till then in everlasting night.
Then shall you also enjoy the moment when you must choose between kindness for your kin or hate for your enemies.
That is nothing. My heart knows only revenge.
I thought that was really neat how he did that, because that also made you think, like, what is he going to do? Is he actually going to do the revenge, or is he actually going to for his kin? So when I saw how this movie ended, and it was basically a revenge, the whole thing was revenge.
Well, you also don't. You think you know who he's referring to, but then you really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point, you didn't know he was, well, you kind of knew that he was going to hook up with the blonde chick.
But you don't know that he's going to be a father.
Exactly.
And then you also don't know that Mama's a whore.
Yeah.
At that point.
Crazy.
Yeah.
A crazy one.
Yeah.
That had the seed of Chucky.
And she was also a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Nicole Kidman's character pulling her shirt down and seeing the slave mark
Well,
on her.
and that was to hurt him and be like, you were born unwanted. You were a product of rape
of hate. Yeah.
And hate and rape and forced upon me. I didn't want you. Yeah. Whereas with
Fjellner.
Gunnar was perfect and conceived in love because I had already killed your father, basically.
Yeah.
Terrible, crazy chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this fucking story is beautiful, man. I love this movie.
She just talked about rape, and you're like, this story's so beautiful.
So pretty.
Well, I didn't mean it by
I'm
that.
surprised Disney hasn't picked this
What
one
are you going
up.
by that? God damn, now I feel like a fucking horrible person. Jesus Christ. What the
I love
fuck?
you best. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Surprised Disney hasn't just snapped this one up yet.
Well, let's go ahead and discuss our favorite scenes in the movie. Actually, I'm really curious to hear everybody's favorite scenes, and I'm really looking forward to our pint reviews at this one too. So, Sammy, we'll start with you first. What is your favorite scene in the movie?
I have two. My first one is when it's not the night when they give the mushrooms that make them like freaking trip and
that
like
was cool as
that
shit.
was insane.
Yeah.
But it's the night before when he's like, look, it's not time for me to take my uncle
Fjellner.
blood in against the lake of fire. He's like so like trigger happy. He wants to so bad, but he's like, in the meantime, I'm going to be a pain in the ass on this farm. And the night when he and the blue foxes start howling.
Oh yeah,
and
the
howling,
dogs.
and the dogs all turn and start freaking up everybody.
Oh, that-
including-
Attacking their own people.
That scene broke my
especially-
heart, though. That's that dog getting fucking stabbed. But I understand
but it's
why.
a mad dog, but
yeah.
just like again, because it was almost that hybrid of him like hitting back into that berserker, but in this whole new pun intended light. And it was just super duper cool. Like I thought that was awesome. And then my second part, of course, would be the first raid because that scene was just freaking amazing. Yeah.
Hey, Ragnar, how about yours, buddy?
Oh man,
There's so many though. That's
there's
the
a
problem.
lot.
Yeah.
You know,
You can only have a couple.
There could only be one.
only be one. Man, when he goes to get his sword, Draugr.
Oh, and he fights that corpse king.
Yeah, that one there was fucking badass because the scene is made in a way that is actually happening.
Yeah.
You know, and after he's done with the battle and he kills the giant, he basically like awakens. He's awake now, you know, and he's able to grab the sword.
So it was all in his head, though.
Yeah, basically,
But
it was a mental game that he had to win, or else he wouldn't have been able to get the sword. And the cool thing about it is the sword can only be used at night. When he gets captured, the dude who he sliced his nose off of,
yeah.
right? He tries to open it.
Back when he was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries to pull the sword out and it doesn't, you know. So it proves that the sword is mystical and it can only be opened at night.
Yeah.
Be used. And
then so they just throw it right in the hut with him.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're
this is
fucking dumbass. And the cool part about it is that the sword is very reminiscent of the Sutton Hoo sword, which is a very famous 7th century sword that was discovered.
Yeah.
And the reason it's very famous is because it's a beautiful fucking sword, and I've seen a few bladesmiths remake it, and it's very, very difficult to do. It's very, very intricate and ornate in the design of the blade itself, and the fact that this particular sword back then was made in that sort of fashion is absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
it was beautiful. I really liked the blade.
Yeah, no, I did too. Snow, what's yours?
It's got to be the first Berserker battle. It's just the way it was shot. Just it was so epic, and the way Skarsgård looked, just kind of hulking through the.
And yummy.
Fuck you, he's hot.
Yes.
You got 2 girl boners here.
Agreed.
You know what? Whatever.
Like, we don't hear it from you guys all the time. Oh, wait, Lenny's not on the show.
No, it was really neat the way it was done, and the way the camera just follows the whole thing, and you see all the action going on.
The one
beyond
continuous
him.
shot.
Yeah, that's a really
and
cool way
everything
of
just going
cinematography.
on beyond it, and everything. It was so cool, and it just takes you to a whole nother place, and it was really, really intense, and just as the blood just accumulates onto him as he kills more and more and more. It was very, very neat.
You know what's cool about that, though? You can see at the very end,
Yeah.
like how exhausted he is getting
Yeah.
from doing this for 20-something years. You know,
Yeah.
not 20
Yeah.
years, but, you know, X amount of years.
Yeah.
And shit, like, he's getting exhausted over it. And I think that is why Bjork's character finally showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too, because
took his toll.
he didn't even stop when like all the other ones are like woo
Yeah.
ladies. He was like nope step.
Yeah. Well, and you can also see that, you know, the other Vikings, they're going after women, they're going after children, they're throwing people into the hut to, you know, murder women and children.
They're also gathering people up for slavery too, to sell for
and
slavery.
he doesn't touch women and children. I will say that. He personally, he'll kill any man. He doesn't touch women and children, which I, you know, thank you for that.
Well, he
But
even says that in the hut
Yeah.
with Olga,
yeah.
that he won't kill, he won't hurt women or children.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about my favorite scene. My fucking favorite scene is the part when he actually confronts.
Fjellner.
Yes, right out in that fucking field, and he says, I am Amleth the Beowulf, son of King, the War Raven, and I am his vengeance. That fucking scene right there, and then he starts going down the hill and just killing all those fucking soldiers,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, but then he looks at Olga running away, and that's what kind of brings him down. But just that scene where you could just see that he just has all this hatred because he wants to kill him, that is my favorite scene in the movie. And of course, also the ending fight sequence I thought was really played out really well. At a volcano, exactly like it was supposed to happen, and you have an issue with that.
I have a problem.
I know.
I have a problem.
I know.
I have a problem.
You have several.
Well, this is true. Shh, they don't need to know about my broken brain.
I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I have a problem. I understand the whole build up to fighting in the river or the lake of fire and the volcano.
But was awesome.
It was amazing, but they wouldn't be able to breathe. Their lungs would be on fire.
Hey,
they
But
would
the
be
fact-
fuego.
But the fact that he did it-
beheads him in one shot.
But what did you all?
But they're like standing around, like actually like fighting for at least like a minute, and then in 20 seconds.
Yeah, what did you all think of
That's
that?
lovely,
What did
but
you
in
all
20
think?
seconds, no breathing.
What did you all think of them fighting naked? Do you think that was really?
Necessary?
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, of course, for
Totally.
you women
Of
with
course,
the girl
the women
boners.
think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really care
Do
about.
you want to hear something fun?
Fjellner.
I didn't care about him, but Skarsgård, yes, please.
Do you want to hear something fun?
Yeah.
So they gave production gave him a framed cock sock that he wore for the whole
Yeah,
week of
I saw
filming.
that. And you know what Bjork got? 3 horses. What the fuck?
Hey,
she
you
gets
know
3
what?
horses and
You
he gets
know
a
what?
cock sock.
They had their heads.
What the fuck is up with that?
He got a framed cock sock from that whole like week of filming in the flaming lava.
Yeah, I think
funny.
another one of the members got the sword, and I was like, I thought
I
he would
believe that
actually
would
get the
have been
sword, but he gets a
Psycho
fucking
Kidman,
cock sock.
actually.
Yeah, Kidman got the sword.
What the
He
fuck?
got a framed cock sock.
No, that's a bad gift.
You know
I'd
what?
frame it.
He was okay with it because he's so used to wearing them in True
Yeah.
Blood.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that right there was my favorite scene.
So awesome. Fuck. I'm stuck on
You're stuck on Skarsgård's
Sorry.
cocksock.
Excuse me.
If
All
only
right.
we all could be. There's a line, bitch, get behind me.
Yeah.
Are you saying that to him? You telling that to him?
Dude.
Bitch, get behind me.
Oh my God, man.
That's a whole nother show. $2.99 a minute.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
BAC right there.
Oh, dear goodness.
Coming in 2023.
Anyways.
Yes, Sammy, sorry.
So,
Go sit in the corner.
no, it's okay. Go to your corner. Do better. Shh, shh, you're safe now. Shh, shh. Go to sleep. No, I agree. No, so I just have that bugaboo about lungs working around lava. That was my only thing. But it was still beautifully shot, really, really awesome scene to, see them duke it out, everything else.
It did look badass.
It did look badass. It wasn't feasible, but it looked badass. So, Ron, I know when we were watching it in the actual theater, you really, really liked the score.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely have to talk about the score right here. So the score was done by Robin Carolyn and Sebastian Gainsborough, and that's their only movie score. This is their first ever score they've ever done. They've done scores for like 2 TV series, but this is their first motion picture score, and they did so fucking well at this. I swear to God, it was so epic. It was like a Conan the Barbarian on fucking steroids. The fucking drums, the fucking horns. They spent 18 months in lockdown during COVID to write this fucking score, and this score fucking gets you going. I mean, it's got an adrenaline rush to it. I fucking love it. I really hope that this score gets an Oscar or gets an Oscar nomination because it fucking deserves it. These guys did it for their first ever motion picture score. They knocked it out of the park.
That score is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, what do y'all think of that?
It fit really fucking well for like the entire fucking movie. Every piece of music that was played.
The instruments,
for it,
yeah.
Yeah, the
And
sound design was
yeah,
really
and it's really cool because they
gorgeous.
were actual drums
Yeah.
that were made for it, and that's exactly what they would use.
Yes.
And that's so cool. Like how expansive it was about like the tribal, and then like the freaking scene with the Valkyrie at the end.
Oh, she was badass. And
Oh
it was-
yeah, you
Although-
need to
no.
explain the Valkyrie because
Yeah.
Sammy was in the theater saying, "Is she wearing braces?"
I legit wrote it in my book. Like
Okay,
Valkyrie
so-
question mark braces.
So I was watching it the same when we saw it. I said the same thing. I was like, "Why the fuck does it look like she's wearing braces?" So I looked this up afterwards, and it was actually a thing. Not that they wore braces back then because they didn't have dentists, but the dental markings on the shield maiden are based on findings on Viking graves where they would find horizontal lines carved into the teeth of the Viking graves for the shield maidens.
Yeah.
And they would do this by carving into their teeth, and then they'd fill it in with pigment, and that was for the Valkyrie.
Oh, that's really
cells.
cool.
Yeah, but
That
that's what it
Valkyrie
was.
scene was pretty
But you
cool.
don't know, so you're just watching
No.
this movie, and you see this badass Viking Valkyrie
With the
flying on
freaking
her
everything.
Pegasus, and then you see her, and she's going to nerd school. You're like, wait, why is she got braces?
As authentic as they were going for.
I know.
What
See, I
happened?
think Sammy thought it was a blooper inside the fucking movie.
I did. I was like, you know what? She's so cool. Her eyes, it
Yeah, her
worked.
eyes were on fire. She looked
everything
so cool.
amazing.
She's going to Valhalla,
And then she's just
you're
like,
she's
oh.
like, jeez, it's a school picture.
I don't know. I,
don't
have
know.
2 girls, so I was just like, hormones.
You two going at it, right?
I swear to God.
It was funny. I had to look it up. I'm glad
Yeah.
I did because I was confused.
You weren't alone.
So were a lot of other people.
Yeah. Well, now we have the explanation of what those weren't braces. So.
Yes. Thank you,
they
Snow.
weren't.
So let's go ahead and
research. Do your research, people.
let's go ahead and go into our pint reviews. I'm going to start with you, Snow, first on
Okay.
critical and enjoyment. So what would you
right.
give this?
So, critically, I really this movie is awesome. It really, really is. It's brutal and dark and beautifully shot. There is some amazing locations. It's absolutely, there's a lot of weird shit thrown in. It has some really,
I remember when you told me that you saw it, and you told me basically flat out that, after you watch this, you got to watch a happy movie afterwards.
well, it was intense. It was
Yeah.
really intense. Like it was very heavy. It left me with I walked out of the movie theater and we were doing a double that night.
Yeah.
So we just we were seeing it late. Not too late, but it was a $6 movie night. And I was like, hey, so why don't we just go see another movie? And so I booked a comedy afterwards. And I'm glad I did, because when we left, it was just kind of real heavy. And it was a super intense feeling movie. So I was real glad that we booked the comedy afterwards, because I was just like super giddy after the comedy. But this movie is amazing. Yeah. It really, really is. The adaptations for the Viking lore on screen are just really, really cool, especially with all of the like the dreamscapes that they use is just so beautiful. The Northman, it's a gorgeous period film. It reminded me a lot of like Spartacus and Braveheart, even with the location, and Gladiator with the fighting. And I really, really loved it. It was a real escape movie. Like, you feel like you're there. Absolutely feel like you're there. I do think it's a must-see, and it definitely is an emotional film. I think it makes you feel what these characters are, or what Amleth is feeling. Like, you feel the betrayal and the sadness and the fear and the anger. Like, the anger a lot, because there's just so much behind it.
Yeah.
I would give this critically probably a 4.5, and enjoyment factor probably 4.5. I really, really, really like it.
That's high.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's high.
It's
That's
great.
really good.
It's great.
Sammy, how about you?
So, for critical, I am going to have to knock it down by like 0.75 a point, because again, their lungs would have exploded.
Oh God.
Okay. Bothers me. Aside though from that fact, I agree with Snow. Like, when you're watching it, you are fully immersed. You are on this journey. You are watching. I can't pronounce his name. I'm gonna just go with Skarsgård. You're watching him, and you feel everything, even down to when he has to make that choice to go after
Fjellner
or stay with Olga, who's pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
You know. And you finally understand what Bjork had predicted, and you feel it. Or when you see the Berserker and you see how these humans were treated like chattel, but then it's so superimposed across these beautiful landscapes and these amazing scenes, and the cinematography and the score and that tribalness and just the theology, everything. I mean, down to even though the Valkyrie wearing braces that are not braces. All of that, it's a phenomenal piece of cinema. It's actually been a really, really long time since I've seen a piece of film that I've been like, holy crap, that blew me away. And that says something, because I watch a lot of movies. So I'm going to go with a 4.25 for critical. Enjoyment, I'm going to give it a 5. Honestly, I left it. Sorry, I smacked the snarky keys out of Steve's mic. Left the theater kind of like Ron, like supercharged, like, oh my gosh, that was amazing, because I love manly movies. I love that adrenaline and that testosterone driven like awesomeness, and you'll get that with this. If you are a millennial and you have a gnat attention span, try to watch it, get that tomato score up or whatever. But it is a really, really great film. I think everybody should watch it. It blew me away.
Ragnar, how about you, buddy?
So critically, and it's a 5. Just because, and the reason it's a 5 and nothing less is the historical accuracy of the lore of Norse mythology is very well portrayed in this movie. The spirituality of it, the supernatural portion of it, is there. It's something that is not known or really accepted in today's culture, but back then, this was their fucking daily life, So for a lot of people, it's very hard for them to understand that, like, you could drink this substance right here and go on a fucking 2-day tripping bender. And
a spirit walk, basically.
Yeah.
And see your entire fucking future of what may happen, because in Norse mythology, everyone has a fate, and your fate is determined. They always believe that this is my fate to avenge my family, and this is what will happen. And they played it out very, very fucking well. The set locations, the scenes, and everything like that, the way everything was prepped for it, was done fucking beautifully. I mean, he fucking planted grass a year before shooting in Northern Ireland to make it feel like they were in Iceland.
That's awesome.
And shit.
Yeah.
Like, what fucking director does that?
Yeah.
You know, the amount of research that each character did.
He did his homework.
Yeah. You know, to make this whole fucking thing as believable as possible. And I think it was fucking beautiful done. The movie, every scene was shot, I think, perfectly. And the interactions with everybody was amazing. Enjoyment, I'm going to have to give it like a 1.
Liar.
It was
I
terrible.
know you're fucking with me right there.
It was terrible.
My mind just went like completely like, what
honestly,
the
if
fuck?
there was a sound, it was
His erection just died right there in his face.
boner killer.
Enjoyment level is a fucking 5 as well.
Yeah.
You know, we bought this the other night, and I can easily watch this shit again and again, over and over. Because you watch this once, you know, it's fucking awesome. You watch it again, you start picking up on other little things here and there that you didn't pick up on the first time. And that I think shows the make of a very good movie, is if you can rewatch it and pick up on little things here and there.
Find something new every time.
That you didn't see before.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
And this movie here absolutely fucking does it.
Real quick, just if I may, Ron, piggyback off of Ragnar. They actually did an article on this in the Smithsonian Magazine, and it has like the stuff about the Danes and the accuracy. And I mean, he had like basically Norse mythology master professor people, and it has all of their name like on set while they were doing this too. And it's available online. It was a really, really cool read, and it literally backs exactly what you said. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nerd and I like to read. So I'm sorry, Ron, please go ahead and give us your rating.
Like I said, when I saw this movie in the theater, I walked out in a great mood. And I told Sammy flat out, this is in my top 10.
No,
of
you
all
like
time.
pre-ordered it as we were getting in the
Yeah,
car.
like I have to remember my top 10, which my top 10 are, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
You're such a diva. I love it.
I love it, yeah. Aliens, Goodfellas, Blade Runner, Indiana Jones, and The Last Crusade, Gangs of New York, Ed Wood, Empire Strikes Back, Last Mohicans, Master and Commander of the Far Side of the World, and now The Northman, which knocked off Casino. I fucking love this movie. Casino's a great movie, but I also have a top.
Now it's
10 worthy.
11.
Well, there's a top 20 also, but you know, I'm going by my top 10. But
We only have so much time on this podcast, Ron.
You and your lists.
I do that.
I'm
a
the one
movie
that ends
buff.
up writing them.
No, I actually have these all noted down. Like I have certain different notes of lists that I have of favorite movies. It's because I'm just crazy like that. But
We love you.
This movie critically was just fucking beautiful.
Still your friend.
All right, so this movie was so fucking beautiful. When it comes to critical, I'm gonna say it flat out. It's a fucking 5. Critically, this movie was well made. As I said to Ragnar, the fucking director did his fucking homework. It was beautifully made. The score, the editing, the fucking casting process. Everybody that was cast in this film was perfect. The color, the color template of this movie was great. It was just a beautiful story. And yes, it's a revenge story. And a lot of people like revenge stories. Gladiator. Gladiator's a huge revenge story. There's so many others out there, but this movie really knocked it out of the park. I fucking love everything about it. Enjoyment. It's a fucking 5. Like I said, this is in my top 10. I can watch this over and over again. I watch this movie and all I have is a fucking smile on my face. It is just so entertaining. I love Skarsgård. I loved Willem Dafoe. I thought his character was great. He did great at what he did. The uncle.
Fjellner?
Yes. I liked him. I liked Ethan Hawke. I loved the little kid. Everything about this. Oscar Novak, who did the little kid, did such a great job, and how excited he was to see his father, and then doing that whole chant before he was leaving when he was rowing out there. Everything about this movie was fucking pure movie gold.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. This is a great movie. I would recommend this to anybody, although this isn't everybody's mug of beer. I mean, seriously, this is not everybody's cup of tea mug of beer. That's how I always do mug of beer.
Horn of mead.
Horn of mead. There you go. That works out even better. But this movie fucking rocked so fucking bad.
Same way when he said it.
Yeah, that's just the way I feel. It's so fucking good. I think all of us together can recommend this movie to anybody and say that, yeah, this movie was great. I'm really curious to see other.
Definitely worth the watch.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
I want to hear Lenny's and Stu's opinion about it. I want to hear what they think about it. I know Lenny was really excited because literally saw this movie 2 weeks ago, and as soon as it showed up on my Apple TV, I bought that movie.
Like I said, pre-ordered it walking to the car.
Yeah. I was like,
Ron has a problem.
I'm going to buy
I
this
did
movie.
the same thing with Lost City.
Why am I not surprised? You did tell me you did.
This movie's going to be bought, and I've already watched it again, and I'm probably going to watch it again probably this week again because I loved it so much. But definitely a huge recommendation. 5 out of 5 for both critical and enjoyment. So that is our episode on the Northman. I am so glad Snow, Ragnar, and Sammy can join us for this episode.
I'm back.
This was fun, and we had so much fun doing this, so much fun watching it. So until next time, guys.
Later.
The party's leaving.
Hey guys, this is Ron. Thank you for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Flicks. We are excited to kick off the new year with upcoming episodes of BAF, The Small Batch, Sammy Selects, and The Tasting Room. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Our podcast only exists because of listeners like you. To find other great shows, head over to theden.show. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys. Hey, everybody. Y'all should check out the podcast of the month at theden.show. The show's called Organic Spaceship, a great podcast where Josh, the host, sits down with people to drink whiskey and talk about their lives. True stories, just average guys that love to talk. And drinking whiskey, that's the best thing in the world. Seriously, guys, check them out.